Hey everyone, it's Donna from the Health Insurance Insights Network. Today I am back with another video to help you put those puzzle pieces together so that you can create savings from your medication cost. Now, if you're paying full price for medications, you are leaving money on the table. As we discussed in my last video on medication savings, there are options out there that we just are not exploring. So let's talk about some of those top discount programs and what they actually offer that we discussed in the last video. We are going to start with GoodRx. GoodRx is the one that most of you may recognize if you are familiar with this one. It is the most well known option. It is the first one that I was introduced to, and not just so that I could have savings, but as I was learning how to work on medication authorizations, we used it to offer it as an additional option to our patients if their medication was denied by their insurer and they still wanted to move forward with it. Really good option for that as well. So with GoodRx, they compare prices across pharmacies and they give you a coupon for the lowest one. You do not need to have insurance. You do not even need to have an account. I do believe that they text them to you as well. And yes, sometimes the GoodRx price is cheaper than your insurance copay. It does work best for generics, common medications, people who have high deductibles, and anyone whose copay just feels too expensive. Okay, if you think your copay is too high, check GoodRx. And just always compare your insurance price with a GoodRx price before you go to the pharmacy. All right, next up is SingleCare. It is similar to GoodRx, but in some cases it's cheaper. It does work just like GoodRx, but their prices sometimes are a little bit cheaper because they negotiate directly with the pharmacies. They also have a loyalty program. So the more you use it, the more you save. With SingleCare, theirs is great for generics as well, for people who want consistently low prices and for anyone who is switching between multiple medications. You definitely want to check to ensure that you are finding the lowest cost. Next up is Prescription Saver. This is another price comparison tool, guys. And you just type in your medication, your zip code, and it's going to show you pharmacy prices immediately. Again, this one is going to be really good for generics as well, and for anyone who wants quick price checks without creating an account. Now, with the three plans that I just mentioned, GoodRx, Prescription Saver, and SingleCare, they all do boast that you can get up to 80% savings. That is true. You just have to check to see if your medication is one that they've negotiated with. All right, moving along, we have Optum Perks. Optum Perks, you guys, is owned by United Healthcare, but it works for everyone. You do not have to have United Healthcare insurance. If any of you are familiar, Optum also has a specialty pharmacy. So, what makes Optum Perks stand out is that it is very consistent. So, if you rely on stable pricing month after month, Optum is usually reliable for that. This Optum Perks is going to be best for chronic medications. If you want predictable pricing from month to month, with the other ones, it can go up and down a little bit. And for those who feel at big chains like CVS, Walmart, Walgreens. Now, as with the other ones, you can still go to those big chains as well. All right. Now, up is RX, that is Script Save, or formerly known as Script Save. If you Google it, it is still going to say Script Save RX. I don't know how long they'll keep the names together. But RX does have great pricing, especially at pharmacies that are inside of grocery stores. So places like Kroger, Publix, or Walmart. Now, it's also really good and strong for people who are using multiple medications as well, because you can compare and save them in your dashboard. Now, again, this is really good for those large chain grocery store pharmacies and for people managing 3 or more monthly prescriptions. All right, guys. And now we're going to talk about Mark Cuban's Cost Plus Drugs. This is slated to be the future of generic pricing. I did hear him speaking briefly on a podcast about his drug program. So cost plus drugs is supposed to be a little bit different. With the other ones that I mentioned earlier, there is a coupon option. They are sort of coupon driven. Um, with cost plus drugs, there's no coupon. They actually sell the medications at actual cost plus a small markup. Now, for generics, the prices can be shockingly low. You can order online, and guess what? They will mail them to you. So, I mean, that is always a plus. This is going to be ideal for generic medications for people without insurance, for people who are tired of unpredictable pharmacy pricing, and for expensive generics like those antifungals, mental health medications, and medications that provide, for cancer support. All right, now we are moving on to pharmacy based programs. I do not want you to forget about these. There are several pharmacies out there that have their own programs. We have Kroger Prescription Savings. And I do believe that Kroger is just Southeast. I live in the Southeast. I believe it's just Southeast. There's Costco member pricing. I do believe with Costco, guys, that you don't actually have to be a Costco member to utilize their pharmacy. And then you have Walmart's low cost list. We did briefly talk about that on the last list. You really don't want to look over what these pharmacies may be offering with their own programs. The programs that I just mentioned, they're really great for maintenance medications, especially blood pressure, diabetes, and cholesterol meds. Guys, no matter which program you choose, compare. That's my advice. I do not care which one you go with. Just make sure you are comparing them. I have apps saved in my phone. Just ensure you are comparing. You want to make sure you're looking at your insurance price. You want to look at the price of you know, that you'll get with a coupon for GoodRx, SingleCare, Optum. You want to compare that to cost plus drugs price. You just never know. Sometimes, guys, the price is dramatic. There are medications that may be $120 normally, or it may be $120 with a copay with your insurance, and it'll drop to $12 just by you using the correct, well, not the correct, but the program that works for you. All right. So now, just remember, in my previous video, I want to state this again. If you want to know which program works best for your medication and you don't feel like you can do the research, just drop the med in the comment. Or if you don't feel comfortable doing that, DM me the name of the medication. I'll research it and point you in the right direction. Um, No big deal at all. I got you. So, in closing, just know that you should never, ever, ever, ever have to choose between your health and your wallet. Just like and subscribe. Hit that button. No, I'm just being silly. So yeah, just like and subscribe. Share this. Share all my videos. It is my goal, guys, to break down step by step everything I possibly can think of to help you save money so that you are not paying full price at this time. We again have these rising premiums and cost in healthcare. So every little bit is going to help. All right. I'll see you in the next video.